Okay, here's how to play Lance in 5 minutes. So the easiest way to think about playing Lance is that there's a 3-hit combo and there's a finisher after that combo. Now that 3-hit combo can be filled with 3 different things. It can be filled with standard thrust with Y or triangle, or it can be filled with upward thrust with the B button. The second and third hit in the combo can be filled with a wide sweep, so you can't do a wide sweep as the first hit in the combo. You have to do a mid or a high first. So I could do the wide sweep on the second, or I could do it on the third. Additionally, I can only fill my 3-hit combo with only 1 wide sweep. I can't do 2 wide sweeps in a single 3-hit combo. I can also mix and match as well with the mid and the high thrust. So I could do a high, wide sweep, mid. I could do mid, high, high. So those are the rules to the 3-hit basic combo in Lance. Now wide sweep you want to do because it actually does a lot of damage, and I'm going to do a frame data DPS analysis later on this. Now after you do your 3-hit combo, you can do one of 2 finishers. You can do a triple thrust by pressing triangle or Y. So 1, 2, 3, triangle, triple thrust. You can also do a charge counter at the end of the 3-hit combo by pressing B or circle, and you can charge it. So red and release it. The thing about the charge counter, it actually already hits very hard, but if you land the attack while the monster is attacking you, you get the counter effect of it and it does even more damage. That's a double counter thrust, so I got a double off that because the monster hit me while I released the attack. So this really rewards monster knowledge and trying to really hit the monster when it's actually hitting you. And that's actually very hard to do because you have to time, okay, I have to get my 3-hit combo off and I have to time this charge right when the monster hits me for maximum damage. Now it's alright if you don't actually hit the monster when he's attacking you for that extra damage. It's just a skill ceiling for people who want to maximize insane amounts of damage. We have a couple gap closers here. So from stationary, you can just press Y and B and you can do sleeping thrust. Actually, it doesn't go that far. If you want to go a little bit farther, you can do this thing called a guard dash where you hold right trigger, you press control stick forward and Y, and you'll do this, but that on its own doesn't do anything, right? So you do that first, the guard dash, and then you press B for the leaping thrust after. And you can see how much more farther I got here. I'll show it one more time. So guard dash. It's actually quite a bit of distance and you go straight into attack. Another thing you can do out of the guard dash is pimp slap with the shield. Looks like this. You press Y instead. Now one thing about Lance, because it has very low mobility, see how slow it is it has this thing called hopping, and you press hopping by pressing the dodge button. So if you just press it single, then it's going to do a small hop back. After Lance attacks, you can actually press left and right and do hops to the left and right. You can do up to 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can do up to 3 hops back as well. You can also do a very large hop back by holding back on the control stick and pressing the hop button. See how much bigger that is? So you're supposed to use hopping to reposition, not walk around like this. Additionally with thrust, because there's a focus mode in the game, you can actually adjust your thrusts by holding the left stick and pressing the attack button. So I can do my 3-hit combo very tactically like that. Additionally, this is going to take a lot of skill to do, especially around controller, but you can use the right stick to actually rotate as well. So if I hold focus mode and I do my attacks and I rotate the control stick, I can actually rotate. There's a lot of opportunities for that in the future, so that's going to be definitely reserved for our advanced guide, but just wanted to let you guys know. All right, we talked about the Lance a lot. Let's talk about the shield. The shield is actually very, very strong in this game. Honestly, I think Lance is probably one of the strongest weapons in the game. I called this out in the reveal trailer and my suspicions were confirmed here. Lance's shield inherently has the largest knockback in the game. So the first thing is you press R2 to guard and you can hold it. However, when you guard, you actually want to land the guard right before the monster attacks you so you can get a perfect guard. So you can press Y or B, I have a perfect guard. Y is a fast response, while B is a little slower but stronger. Called payback thrust. Additionally, when you get perfect guard, you'll kind of do a pimp slap with the shield. And it's actually very good damage, just very fast. It's a small reward for getting a perfect guard. Additionally, when you get a perfect guard, you can actually rotate the counter thrust there. Focus strike. It's left trigger R1, you hit wounds with it, and you'll do all these shield chip damage. You press R1 to do a final hit like that, which does a lot of damage. Another thing you can do is power guard by holding right trigger and B, and you go into this guard stance, but it drains all your stamina. And the nice thing about that is that it increases your knockback resistance. But honestly, I think perfect guarding is actually a little bit better. It takes more skill, and it's just a little bit faster to respond with. Because if I try to do a payback thrust out of a power guard, it actually just takes longer. But that being said, there could be uses in the future for heavy hitting monster attacks that require that knockback resistance. Alright, if you guard enough, you'll go into clashes. And there's some options here you can do out of it, but nothing too spectacular in my opinion. It's all just standard attacks. So this is how you do dash tag. You right trigger and you press Y plus B. So you go into a charge, go into faster, and you press Y or B to do a finishing thrust. Just beware when you're charging, it drains your stamina slowly. You can also stop by pressing right trigger, just stop. You can also use dodge to go left and right during your charge, and even reverse. I think it's when you reverse, you lose speed, right? So you have to build up speed again to get to the level 2 speed. And that's how you play Lance.